Sabrina Carpenter is a singer that is actually risen. That's the word, risen throughout the ranks of like my rankings of singers and stuff like that. Actually, really quickly, especially like female wise, she is probably my favorite singer right now. I think she's the best in the game until SZA drops something that I really love. Sabrina Carpenter's got it right now. Man's Best Friend just dropped. I really liked it. This was a really good weekend for me because there was new Sabrina Carpenter and new Offset. So that was like favorite singer, favorite rapper, dropped on the same day. How awesome is that for me? I'm about to record the Offset video right after this. But Sabrina Carpenter put together a very fun project on here. Very nice. Cool subject matter. I say cool subject matter. I mean, Sabrina isn't necessarily like too crazy, like unique with her concept level. Like a comparison that I heard someone make that I don't agree with all the way, but I do to a certain extent, is a Drake and Sabrina Carpenter comparison. So Sabrina is kind of like the Drake of pop music. And I mean, yeah, obviously you can say that for like the size-wise of how big Sabrina Carpenter is. I didn't even realize how big she was until Short and Sweet dropped, which, by the way, I love Short and Sweet. Was a really good project for me. I think I gave it like a 9 on this channel. I might have gave it an 8, but I really liked it. That's what I'm getting at. But like I said about the Drake comparison, just you hear everywhere. I work at Cracker Barrel, and I hear Manchild. I hear Feather. Manchild is actually like one of like the ones that I hear like most often, honestly, where it just came out, went number 1. Drake has a lot of number 1s. Sabrina has a lot of, actually I think Sabrina has like 2 or 3 number 1s. She doesn't have near as many, but Drake and his albums are not necessarily concept wise the most necessarily interesting or the most complex in the world, and neither are Sabrina Carpenter's, but I do think Sabrina is a lot better at like using them to their fullest effect. A lot of songs on here I really like I said earlier, the Manchild song, I love Manchild. Manchild's really good. Tears is really good. House Tour is really good. What's another one? Me and him almost broke up again last night. Oh, is that what the name of it is? It's like it's a sentence of the sort like that. Another one I really like is the outro. I can't remember the name of it as of right now, but I actually have my computer with me. I should be pulling up like songs and stuff, but really like it. I do. I really like all the songs. Really, there's none that I didn't have a good time with. You know what I mean? I remember how all of them sound like. She has great vocals, great singing. I mean, her lyrics aren't too crazy. I do like that a lot of the time she, like, obviously House Tour is kind of an analogy, or like it can be used as an analogy for like, you know, her stuff, but a lot of the time Sabrina kind of veers away from using an analogy and kind of just like saying it, you know what I mean? Which to a certain extent, like I like analogies and I like cool lyricism like that, but also like whenever I'm thinking it and you say it, you know what I mean? She also, like I said, really good vocals. I could say that all day. Verses are all great. A lot of nice production, a lot of nice instrumentals that she's able to sing over, float over like a little angel. It's great. The only problem that I actually could possibly find isn't even a big problem, but this is like really similar. Sorry, there was a little cut, but it was a really similar album to Short and Sweet, which isn't like the worst thing in the world. I'm not gonna complain too bad about an album sounding like another one that I also really liked. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but would it be nice to kind of hear a little bit of like something different, you know, not crazy different. I don't need anything like bonkers, but it'd be kind of nice, you know what I mean? A little something different sound-wise, you know. Let's get Sabrina just on here rapping. I'm just kidding. I don't think we need Sabrina rapping, but I also think maybe it could have benefited from another voice, which a lot of the things that like aren't decent, like that isn't a problem, and it sounding like Short and Sweet again isn't really a problem. Actually, it's not a problem at all, really. I just kind of like think would have been interesting, you know, hearing her with other people. I don't remember the last time Sabrina Carpenter had a song with someone else. You know, I want to say her and Madison Beer have a song together, but I could be completely wrong. I I wouldn't be surprised if she hasn't had a single, like, feature or has done a single feature. I could be very wrong, but I don't believe she has, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with. Adele's never done a feature, I don't believe. And, I mean, obviously, Adele is very huge and very famous, you know? But, again, I really like Sabrina Carpenter. It was fun listening to her album first release, not really knowing too much about how it sounded because I hadn't been on Twitter. You know, I kind of listened to it like an hour after it dropped because I got the Offset project and I listened to Sabrina. Pretty good experience, very fun. But I mean, yeah, I know I'm kind of like not really saying too awful much, but you know, there's not really too much to say about it. It's kind of, Sabrina doesn't like have too many like amazing, awesome qualities other than the ones I've mentioned. She's just enjoyable to listen to. I think she's really fun. I also relate to it a little bit, certain things about like how her rapping about like boyfriends being mean to her, which I know on surface level me saying that is really dry and it sounds so uninteresting, but the way she talks about it and the angles that she looks at it with are pretty interesting, and I can relate to that obviously the other way around. And obviously, you know, certain things she's gonna have a problem with her boyfriend doing and I'm not gonna have a problem with my girlfriend doing, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So like the roles are switched a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's a little different, but it's still the same concept, still the same end of the tunnel, you know what I mean? But I'm going to give this album like a 9. You know what? I'm going to give it a 10. I really liked this album. I think everyone should go listen to it. I think Sabrina in this day and age is like, you got to listen to the new Sabrina Carpenter. It's a big event. It's a new Sabrina Carpenter album. It's going to go number 1 on Billboard. It's going to sell a lot of copies. Everyone's going to listen to it. I'm giving it a 10.